Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. It's kind of a tricky one because it's a first listen review of an old album that was re-recorded. It's Kenny Wayne Shepherd, the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band, actually, True Lies 25. This is them going into the studio. I guess he assembled the whole original band that recorded Trouble Is, and went back in and redid the whole thing, with the exception of the bonus track. I guess they, instead of the Hendrix Voodoo Child, they did a Bob Dylan song, The Ballad of the Thin Man, as the bonus instead. But other than that, everything is the same track listing and all the same songs. I guess originally they were going to go out on the road in celebration of him being around for 25 years with Ledbetter Heights, but then shutdown happened and everything, so they couldn't do that. So they went out and toured under the 25th anniversary of Trouble Is, and they had so much fun doing it, they decided just to record the whole thing. So that being said, you get the exact same songs. You can hear a little bit differences here and there. You can tell that he's gotten a little different as a player, and which obviously is going to happen. I think he was 17, 18 when he first came on. 16 when he first came on the scene. I guess he was 18 when he recorded Trouble Is, and was he 43 now? No, I remember. I just sort of read that in one of the other things I was reading about before this came out. But so I was looking forward to hearing this. It's always fun to hear stuff. A lot of these bands, when they do there's anniversary things, all they do is re-release it or remaster it, and sometimes it doesn't sound any different than the original, or you can barely tell, and then they throw some bonus tracks on, which is cool. I always like the bonus stuff. Well, maybe not always, but I generally like bonus stuff. But this is you can tell they put some effort into this. They went in and said, hey, we're going to celebrate this the right way. One that comes to mind is Lynch Mob did that with Wicked Sensation, although their re-recording was a reinterpretation of it, which I didn't like at all. So this was actually enjoyable to listen to this because they play them pretty much the same way. Just a few notable things that I'll mention in here is that, of course, it was nice to have a new song. Ballad of the Thin Man was pretty cool to hear that too. But, of course, this had a couple big songs on it, Blue on Black and Somewhere, Somehow, Someway. So those, I think were like the big hits off of this one, if I remember correctly. One of my more recent outings with the band, I was playing Blue on Black, and let me tell you, that is a fun song. It's very repetitive, but I don't care. It's a fun song to play. It just grooves, and it really sounds cool. The one thing I noticed about this one is it sounds a lot different. It's the acoustic guitar at the beginning of it just sounds like it was recorded completely different. I know they did this one in a different studio because the studio they wanted to do it in doesn't exist anymore, so they couldn't do that. They brought in the original producer, whose name I can't remember right now, and I'm not seeing it here, but anyway, I know it's on here somewhere. But anyway, so they went in and did that. I'm feeling really stupid because I can't find the producer's name on here. Where in the world is it? Oh, it's right here, Jerry Harrison. Now I feel stupid. I knew that. Oh well. Anyway, so going into that song, I was listening to it because I've heard it 100 times because I had to learn how to play it. So it was one of the ones I was extremely familiar with, and I can tell you that the soloing on it just had a completely different feel to it. I know in the earlier days he used to, I think, cover up a little bit of his playing with a lot of open ringing strings and a little extra effects on it, where I didn't hear quite as much on this one. He didn't have that really super tubey sound, I guess, is what he had on the original one. Other than that, I didn't notice a whole lot super different. The songs are almost, Noah Hunt is a great singer. He just has one of those really super soulful voices. Kenny sings a lot on his newer stuff, but I really prefer Noah's singing. I actually was lucky enough to get free tickets to see Kenny Wayne here a few years ago. I can't remember what year it was I saw him, but somebody I knew wasn't able to go, gave me their tickets, said, here, take somebody and enjoy it. And I took one of my kids with me and my son, and we went and had a blast. He had Stevie Ray Vaughan's rhythm section there, Double Trouble, Chris Layton and Tommy Shannon and Reese Winans all playing with him, and it was awesome. One of the best not just a blues concert, but one of the best concerts I remember seeing. It was really fun, and he was talked to the crowd a lot in between songs, and it was really a personable type of guy on stage. So that's my only interaction with him was that, but I was a fan of his before, so I really enjoyed his playing. Really enjoyed this. Not really a whole lot more to say about it. It was a fun listen. It was fun to go back and kind of like just skip through the original just to compare. Obviously, it's different studios, and more modern, so it's going to have a little bit different sound to it. But playing is still great. I like just a little different versions of it. It's almost like having an in-studio live thing, but I'm sure they did more than one take on this stuff. But whatever, it was fun. Yeah, tell me your thoughts and impressions of Kenny Wayne. If you got this album, what do you think of the differences and all that? And sure, like, subscribe, share, and all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you later. See you.